Hey guys, we're going to factorize special trinomials. A special trinomial is when your coefficient of the x squared cannot be divided into the other two terms that you have here. So 11 cannot be divided by 2, so therefore you cannot take 2 out as a common factor. Okay, so step 1 is you're going to write down your first term, 2x squared, and your last term, plus 12. You then multiply 2 by 12, which gives you 24. You now have to find the factors of 24 when added together gives you 11. So if you go 6 times 4 is 24, but 6 plus 4 makes 10. So we have to try 8 times 3. 8 times 3 is 24, and 8 plus 3 does make 11. You put down your 8x and your 3x. It doesn't matter which way around you do them. I will just do it the other way around on here, just so that you can see. So if I was to put 3x first and 8x, you will see what will happen. Next thing is decide on your signs. You have plus 11. So therefore you would need plus 8 plus 3 to get plus 11. We are now going to factorize the first two terms by taking out a common factor. So 2 and 8 can both be divided by 2, and then there is also an x common, which means you have left over x plus 4. You are then going to factorize the second two terms. So you have plus, the common factor for 3 and 12 is 3, which means you have left over x plus 4. You know you've done this correctly when both your brackets are identical. So that means you have a common bracket of x plus 4 left over 2x plus 3. Just to come back here you had put 8 and then 3. So here I've put 3 and then 8, just so you see what happens. So we've got to have plus 3 plus 8 to make plus 11. We factorize the first two terms by taking out a common factor. They both have an x in common, which means you've got left 2x plus 3. You then factorize the second two terms, plus there is a 4 common, which means you have left 2x plus 3. As I mentioned, you know that you're successful when both brackets are the same. So you have a common factor of 2x plus 3 left over x plus 4. So these brackets can be in either order. Moving on to another example. We recognize it's a special trinomial because 13 and 3 is not divisible by 10. So we're going to write down our first term, 10x squared, write down the last term. Multiply 10 by 3 gives you 30. The factors of 30, when we minus them, gives you 13. So 10 times 3, 10 minus 3 does not give you 13. Try 15 times 2. 15 minus 2 does give you 13. So we can go 15x and 2x. Remember, you can put them either way around. Now you need to make sure that you apply the sign correctly. You need plus 13. So that means you'd have to plus 15 minus 2, which will give you plus 13. We are then going to factorize the first two terms. For the first two terms, I have a 5 common as well as an x. So that means you have 2x plus 3 minus, we're going to factorize the second part of the expression. There is nothing common, so that means that there's only, or there's a 1 common. Okay, Then open up your brackets. That means you've got 2x. Now you need to be careful here, because if you have a minus in front of your bracket, it's going to alter the sign that follows. So that sign there will then change. That being a minus will change to a plus. And you also need to mirror this bracket, because these two brackets need to be the same. So you will have 2x plus 3, 5x minus 1. Last example. Again, special trinomial as 9 can be divisible by 9, but not by 2. Okay, so write down your first term, write down your last term. Multiply 9 by 2, which gives you 18. Factors of 18 that when we add them gives you 9. So 6 times 3 is 18, and 6 plus 3 is 9. So we're going to go 6x and 3x. You need to have a minus 9, so therefore you would need to go minus 6 minus 3. We're going to factorize the first two terms. They have a 3 common and an x common. That means you have left over 3x minus 2. The next two terms, well, which color am I using? Black there for a second. Put down your minus, whatever sign that is, put it down. Again, we don't see anything common, which means the only number that's common is 1. 3x. Again, here's the scenario where this is a minus, which means the sign that follows needs to alter. That being a plus will become a minus. And remember, you have to mirror this bracket. They need to be the same. So therefore, you have a common bracket, 3x minus 2, 3x minus 1. Thanks for watching.